Today's Speedway coverage of the ARCA General Tire Hoosier 500 is being brought to you by the more than 1,000 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. And by Valvoline, the #1 choice of America's top mechanics. And under caution here once again, you see there's Bob Hill's car circulating on the racetrack as the ambulance has pulled into the infield care center where they will take Jimmy Horton, who was driving for Ken Schrader. Chevrolet Monte Carlo, heavily damaged in turn 2 after being struck by the car number 12, Ned Dixon. Here is the car number 21. A number of people have been on pit road, Ned.
Yeah, most of the leaders have been on pit road. As a matter of fact, he got caught and went a lap down just as they were coming back to the start-finish line to get a caution. We made mention of the fact that the leaders were coming up on Bowser, and apparently he slowed down to get through the wreck and all of that. And anyway, they came through and passed him as he came to start-finish line. So Bowser is a lap down now in the Big Show in 20th position.
And Andy Hillenberg is competitive to the points leader in ARCA Mar-Hyde Bondo competition, is currently running 3rd. There we see, you talked about Thompson's damage, Ned. There we see the right rear is damaged on Mark Thompson's car.
Like he might have gotten the Phoenix Air car slowed down a little bit and got tagged from behind as they're working on that car. He had run so well. He has Ernie Elliott horsepower. Ernie builds the motors in that car, so he has certainly shown a lot of strength.
Obviously, there's also some damage to the front of the car as well. We see him put some tape on the nose.
Let's check in with John Kernan. John?
Well, during this caution period, Jeremy Mayfield, who was among the leaders in this race early on, has been on and off pit road several times. The car developed a miss, so they have changed the battery. That did not solve the problem, so they've gone under the hood, and now they've determined, Tony Furr and the crew have determined that it might be a short in the electrical system. So we expect Jeremy to be back on pit road, and they're going to try and check and see if they can get that thing fixed before we go back to green.
Andy Hillenberg has chosen to make his pit stop now because, once again, there's so much debris, so many pieces of metal over in turn 1. All these fellows ran around there. Now they've got to come in and change 4 tires to make sure they won't restart this race with a flat tire, a tire that's been punctured by a piece of debris.
Now, most of the other leaders had come in earlier, but Andy stayed out there to be sure that they had the racetrack clean before he came in.
And here's the 86 car, the RCA machine, Cale Yarborough Motorsports, and they're going up under the hood. Tony Furr and company taking a look there under the hood of Jeremy Mayfield's car.
And they're also looking back in the battery area to be sure all the cables are tight and no short back there anywhere.
Let's go to John Kernan. John?
Well, then in that left rear tire where you see 2 of the crewmen working, they didn't get the plate that covers the battery compartment on completely before Jeremy left the last time. So now they're working on that. They're working in the area of the alternator. They'll be checking that to make sure that that's not the problem. They also discussed disconnecting the tachometer to see if that would help you hear Jeremy revving the engine. They're just trying to get this problem sorted out because this team wanted to run this whole race today. As you had said, work on the setup, get a lot of track time, and hopefully have a chance to win it at the end of the day. But right now, boy, their backs are against the walls. Tony Furr and the crew are working, trying to get this miss sorted out. I see him shake the head. Maybe Tony has found the problem. Jeremy guns the engine. Here comes the pace car out of turn number 4. Lug nuts going on the left rear tire, making sure they're all tight. The jack drops. Mayfield will go back out on the race.
And in front of him, that car was stalled down there, and the driver pushed it all the way back on pit road.
We're back with a green flag start and more ARCA action after this. Stay with us.
To apply for it.
Timing back at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The pace car pulls away, and the green flag will wave once again. Lap 48. The last caution flag, second of the day, lasted 10 laps.
And L.W. Miller goes down in turn 1 as the leader of the race. Frank Kimmel is in second place. He is being challenged. There we see this come off the second corner. That's Kimmel on the outside. Mark Stahl in the 32 car. And there comes Mike Wallace in the 90. And look at these Dave Blaney cars drive up on the back bumper of Mike Wallace.
Blaney restarted this race in 5th position. Look at Wallace all the way down to the inside, trying to make it 3 deep. He decided that was not going to be a smart thing to do.
So he will follow Mark Stahl into turn 1. A little space get between him and Stahl, and it's if he can get a run off from turn 2. Wallace's car hasn't been handling that well in the turns, but he is a bullet on the straightaway.
This is first start for Dave Blaney in an ARCA race. Doing a great job here.
See the 31 car of Mike Skinner and Tim Steele both made pit stops, and they continue their battle as they try to work their way back through the field. The black number 9 is Joe Bessie, the AC Delco car.
Let's go to the pits and Bill Weber. Bill?
Okay, Terry, back here at the medical center. Jeff Bodine just walked out of the medical center. He went in there with Ken Schrader and a couple other Winston Cup drivers. He told me as he left, Jimmy is okay. He is conscious. He has a swollen eye, but he's okay. And they're going to continue to examine him here inside the medical facility as for the time being. We'll wait for Ken Schrader to come out and see if we can't get another update for you in just a moment. But Jeff Bodine saying Jimmy is okay at this point, does have a swollen eye. Back up top.
God, is that great news.
Boy, that's wonderful news. For the kind of impact that he took over there in the car, somersaulted and flipped, that is wonderful news about Jimmy Horton. Thank you, Bill. And here is Mike Wallace. He gets a little good news himself. He goes underneath the Mark Stahl car and will take the lead away.
When you talk about the power in the 90 car, that's a Robert Yates engine.
They don't come much better than that.
Now, they don't have much more horsepower than Robert Yates.
Speaking of coming, here's Skinner in the 31 car. Here's a car slowing down.
Hey, he was the leader. He was the leader of the race.
L.W. Miller had been shown as the leader. And he is slowed down in that Ford, the Ford Thunderbird, the Colt-sponsored Ford. Off the pace.
There we see the cars going down. Mike Wallace now has assumed the lead. There we see Mike Skinner. Here comes Skinner on the bottom, and well, boys will make it look easy, but as they come off the corner, he was afraid he was going to get the car a little bit loose, so he wisely backed off. But still, he goes in turn 3 and takes the lead away.
And here is Tim Steele going by Blaney. Steele is the red car. He's back in 3rd spot. He goes by Dave Blaney, who's back in 4th position. Let's find out what happened to the car number 38. John Turner?
Well, I've just been told that possibly the throttle linkage fell off the carburetor. It's what the L.W. Miller has radioed his crew and thinks what might have happened. I'm headed up to the pits right now to find out. They're hoping that he can make it down the pit road into his pit stall so they can go under the hood and get the car fixed.
See Tim Steele in the 16 has taken over 2nd place from Mike Wallace. There we see 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Blaney, the yellow car, is 4th.
Yeah, Mike Wallace's car pushed up pretty bad coming off of turn 2. And let's go back to the pits and Bill Weber.
Okay, back here again outside the medical facility with Ray Everham. Ray, you were just inside. Can you give us an update on Jimmy?
They brought him in. He is awake. They told him to move his arms. They're going to observe him. You know, he's pretty beat up. He had a heck of a ride, but the doctor said that he's going to be okay. They might keep him for observation overnight, but he is awake. He told Kenny Schrader he was sorry for wrecking the car, and he is pretty beat up, but he is okay, and the doctor says that everything's going to be okay.
Okay, Ray, thanks for stopping to talk to us. Man, that is just fantastic news.
Absolutely incredible. That's how safe these cars are in ARCA and NASCAR. They built up very, very strict specifications so you can take that kind of impact and like Jimmy Horton, be able to walk away.
Boy, here is Steele hawking the car number 31 of Mike Skinner, trying to go down on the inside. He's pulled up there a couple of times. He might make the pass this time, Benny.
I tell you what, I am impressed with Tim Steele. He is doing a heck of a job. Now, Skinner's going to dive back on the inside.
That's a Dale Earnhardt type move. That race car knows how to do that. Ooh! Man, I thought the front end broke loose just a little bit. They're supposed to be gone.
And they're side by side. It looks like Skinner's going to take it back.
Tim said, oh, man, I worked so hard to get by him, and there he just got it all back in one corner. Now I got to do it again.
You're riding along with a roof cam there for Tim Steele, the SimLink Ford Thunderbird. SimLink is a computerized tool and die operator, right, Billy?
It's a software program for machines, tool and die machinery. You just plug that thing in and tell you what you want to do, and it does it.